Hello Capricorn, this is Olivia from Dawes Tarot. I'm here to do your reading for the third week of August, the 17th. I did do the Soul Tarot deck, and it looks like it's freedom, and it says, I possess the power and the free will to create my own happiness. And I love to hear this, because what it tells me is whoever you are, Cappy, you're learning to not rely on outside sources to get your happiness, because that never works. It's always the happiness that we pull from within ourselves. That's the more enduring and lasting happiness. Trying to find it here and there with this person, that person, or this thing and those material things, it just doesn't happen. Sure, it does, don't get me wrong, but it's only temporary. The kind of happy and freedom that this is about the kind of freedom that you find from within yourself. Because if you're not happy, you're not free. It's a very important card. I was going to read the book on it, but I think I've read it so many times, I kind of got that one down pat. I love it. And then with the tarot reading here, the Queen of Pentacles, we have the Queen of Pentacles, the Eight of Swords in reverse, the Six of Cups in reverse, the Devil card, the King of Wands, and then the Six of Swords in reverse. And then on the bottom of the deck, it was the Five of Wands. And I did take out some time to look at the cards and kind of evaluate what I feel like is going on. And right off the bat, to me, it feels like some kind of commitment between two people. And for one reason or another, they're not together. And I say that because one's wanting to, for sure somebody wants to go back. So that means they want to go back to whatever these two people had before. Possibly. Now, with the Queen of Pentacles, this is somebody she's more of a down-to-earth kind of queen. She's not the kind that's real prissy and has to have her way all the time. No, she's the type of person that will actually, if she's married to someone or with someone, if they're working hard and she sees they need help, she'll roll up her sleeves and go and help. She's that kind of person. And I did look up what her two signs are that make her, because it takes two signs for each of the court cards. For her, she's both, oh gosh, Capricorn and Sagittarius, which is an earth and a fire. And if you know the zodiac at all, the earth signs and the water signs are feminine, and then the fire signs and the air signs are masculine. And it doesn't matter what you are as a person, you've got those in you. So if you're a feminine and you're an air sign, you've got the masculine in you, which explains her, because she's earthy with Capricorn, and then she's also has Sagittarius, the fire. So she's a great person. I mean, to me, that's the kind of person I would want to be. I don't like that prissy makeup, all that gooey goo stuff. I like down to earth, practical stuff. But with that said, with the Eight of Swords in reverse, we know that means somebody's being stuck. But I looked it up, and there is more to it than that. It tells me that there's been a relationship in the past, and there's maybe been more than one. And it just seems like they're repetitive. And this queen here is not able to release that at this point, because now she's trying to release the most current relationship that she's been in. And it's probably these two people that are separated. And it talks about having anger, guilt, and regrets. And it also asks that, you take your time to look at that and to release it and let it go. And this card talks about the same thing, the Six of Cups in reverse. That's usually a soulmate card in the upright, but in the reverse, it's like somebody's fixated on the best parts of this connection. There were good times and bad times, but with it reversed, these two people are only remembering the best parts of it. They're forgetting about some of the rougher times, which is to me, illusions, and not really illusions, but dreaminess, idealistic, that kind of energy. But this also talks about, you know, if you get communications from one or the other, you know, it's going to bring up all those memories again. And they're asking in this card to also let that go. Because now these two people are not supposed to be together at this time. Now that doesn't mean they're never going to be together. It just means at this time they're not supposed to be together. And I have a feeling because there's some kind of toxicity between the two of them. Because if there's toxicity, the divine's not going to allow this to be dragged into a union. No, this has got to go. Whatever this is, whoever it is, I'm guessing the way it's laid out, it looks like it's both. And the one thing that I can think of, because, you know, that card has a lot of addictions, but the one addiction that I think it is really about, with these two people still being fixated, because I don't know how long it's been, but being fixated on each other, the addiction of obsession. They can't let go of one another. And it could be because at one time, perhaps when they were together, it was a soulmate connection. And maybe this is kind of what they're still clinging to. But is it a true soulmate connection? We'll have to clarify. And this talks about going back. It talks about going back to the relationship that you had before. And you want to do it quickly and sneakily. It's like you want to hurry up and be gone. And I believe this is the king that is in a situation. It does talk about a situation that they want to get away from. And they want to get away from it fast and sneaky. And I think it's this person. And they want to go back. See, this is, you know, in the upright, it's going to a smoother place. But in this case, this person wants to go back to where they came from. Or from the last relationship, which I feel is these two people. It just seems that way. Now, the Five of Wands in the upright, this talks about it talks about opposition, other people that are in the process of being in the middle of these two, and that could be mainly on this person, because I don't see it so much here, but with this person and the opposition, yeah, it's kind of like this person feels blocked. Because it also, with him now, it talks about, you know, they have that passion and drive. But it also speaks about they also need and respect their freedom, which I thought was so interesting with this. Because it talks about finding that freedom from within. You know, you might be in a situation that's, you know, if, let's say this person's married, or at least maybe joined with some other person. And if it's not happy, sometimes we have to find the happiness within ourselves. If it's not something that we can get from even a relationship, even a marriage, you still have to find that happiness within yourself in order to tolerate this, and until you can make a final decision if you're going to stay or go. And, you know, there's so many options or so many different things you have to look at before you can make a decision like that, especially if it's a marriage and there could be children involved, I'm just saying. So anyway, it kind of sounds, you know, self-explanatory, but I still, of course, want to do the clarifying, because sometimes we get some more information. All right. Let's start out with the Queen of Pentacles. Oh, yeah. And it could have been a sexual relationship between these two. It could have started out that way, because this is just the first card. But it could have been that because this guy's nothing but this is what they do, but not so much as a king. But the Knight and the Page are kind of like that, if I remember right. Now somebody's looking out into the future, and I believe it's this queen here. Now, here we go with this now, because she's looking out into the future. She's already made a plan that she's already completed. Now she's in the process of making plan B, I call it. But she can't do anything until she gets completely rid of this. And again, this is getting stuck on relationships from the past, not learning the lesson probably, or not going forward. But for sure, the latest relationship, which I believe is this king, she's still in the process of letting that go. So let's see what she's going to do now. Is this going to work? Yes! So she is going to be able to release this, because until this happens, until the queen here has dropped this, which is probably you, Cappy, by the way, because, yeah, you are the queen. This definitely tells me that as soon as she gets rid of this energy, then she'll be into a different place and state of mind and happy heart, that kind of energy. And if she does not complete this, the divine will come in and have a tower moment. Now, to me, the reverse towers are not as harsh as the upper right. But that's just the way I interpret this. But it does tell me that if she can complete this, this tower can be averted. So, Cappy, if you can look at your past with all of these old relationships and look at them, get rid of them, let them go. And even if it's somebody that you still probably hold dear to your heart, you might have to just let it go. And sometimes when you let it go, the divine will fix each other and you might be brought back together. So just think about that. Doesn't mean it's completely over. Letting go of someone doesn't mean you're never, ever, ever, ever going to see them again. Letting go means it's time to go our separate ways for a while. And if the divine could bring you back together, especially if you were already a soulmate connection, which I feel that you guys were. So keep that in mind. And now the Six of Cups in reverse. Yeah. See, you do, Cappy. You still feel this. You still feel trapped with this situation. And I don't mean trapped. I just mean that it's hard for you to let it go. It's very hard for you to let it go. And he's working on it. You two must be crazy about each other. The king is working on it, and Cappy, you're trying to let it go, and it's getting worse. And it also means that there's stagnation here. I mean, how long do you wait for somebody? You can't give your life away to somebody that's far away, that you can't even see them in person. You know, to me, love is more than just being, you know, psychologically connected. It takes the touch and the feel and the smell and all that good stuff. Yeah. I can see that it's hard for you guys. I see that. But anyway, let's go ahead and do the Devil card. Somebody is going to take a leap of faith, and I think that's you, Cappy. You would be willing to take a leap of faith because you are definitely having a hard time letting go. And even if it means you're going to have a tower moment, you're still having a hard time letting it go. Now, again, it could be obsession. It's obsession. I think it's more so on you, Cappy, than it is your king, because he loves the spirit of freedom. And he knows where he stands. Cappy, you're not clear on the situation at all. I want to say wishy-washy. You're letting it go up here, but then you're getting stuck back on it again. It's like it comes in waves, maybe. And also we have the Ten of Pentacles in reverse, which tells me somebody's home is going to probably have to go. If you're separated, you probably both have a home, for instance, or maybe an apartment or wherever it is that you live. You're going to have to give that up. And if you come back together, I'm saying, if you come back together, one or the other is going to have to give that up and join and make one big unit between the two of you. But it does also talk about the loss of financial security and the loss of a home. I hope that's not a reason why you guys get back together because of money or a home. There's nothing I can't stand worse than to think that people need to be together because they need the help with money. There's so many plans out there right now, even from the government. Try to do that first before you make a decision that you might regret later. Just saying. Let's clarify the king. See, he might be in a situation where there's a break, or this could be you, Cappy. I always like to say the first person laid down is who I'm reading for. Cappy, this could be you thinking that this is a break. And a break meaning either it's going to be ended or you're not sure because it's still appearing in your psyche. So if it's still here on the board, that means you're still thinking about it, even though it's... I feel like he's thinking the same thing. Let's look. Yes. He wants to propose. He wants to be married to you. Oh, God. It's beautiful, but it's just a little bit complicated. This reminds me of like first love, you know. It's really cute. It's beautiful. All right, let's clarify the Six of Swords in reverse. Yeah, when your person decide, both of you will benefit when you guys come back together. Because it seems like the divine is saying, yes, you need to go back to where you came from, to that person that you left behind, that person that is your soulmate. You need to get back. I mean, the divine is definitely rewarding you. It's cute. Oh my God. I love it. You guys are lovers. You guys have not really ever gotten over each other. It's obvious. It really is. Now, what this conflict is, I feel like it might be on your person's side because he's the one that's wanting to come to you. And I'm saying he because it's a king and a queen. So you guys can flip that energy too, don't forget. It's cute. All right, let's clarify that Five of Wands. This is always like conflict, stress, people that are getting in the middle of your situation and they have the right to. Oh yeah, there's going to be a judgment call here. The divine's going to come in and judge this. And this might help set this person free. Because I don't really see any opposition facing you, Cappy. Actually, you know, I think when I read this earlier, I said this was your person and this is you, Cappy. I think it's reversed. You're both passionate for one another, but I think your person has been making plans to move. I'm sorry, I think I reversed that when I was talking about it the first time. It's the opposite. And then let's get one more card. It says now is the time. This card here says that too. I believe it was this one. No, it was this one. The Six of Swords. It said, you know, now the path is open or something like that. It's time to go. And this Seven of Pentacles, this tells me that it's time to quit procrastinating and get moving. Because if you don't, you're going to lose something. You're already starting to lose a part of it. And this is your person, Cappy. And this is you. The divine is judging you. Or both of you. It could very well be the whole situation. I really feel like it's a resurrection. A reconciliation. Because even though the Six of Cups are in reverse, I still feel like this could be a resurrection made by the divine. This is absolutely a beautiful reading. It is very beautiful. I would love to hear the love story on this. I know you guys won't share it, but it is very sweet. Very sweet. Wow. All right, let's go ahead and get the potential outcome for each of the lines here. God, this is a beautiful reading. The King of Wands in reverse. Now, he's in the upright here, but he's in reverse because he's not able to just jump on the boat and go. He's ready. Remember, it says They want to hurry up and get out. And it's kind of like being antsy. I gotta go, I gotta go, I gotta go. Because I'm losing my freedom when I'm in reverse. Because he loves freedom when he's in the upright. Remember? Freedom. And you're willing to step down from a situation, or you might not have a choice. This is opposition that's been trying to get at you, and you're getting tired of it. It's wearing you down. All of these other wands are people from below poking at you. No, you can't do this. No, you can't do this. And it might be some kind of community issue. Family and friends don't want you to leave this, whatever this is you want to sneak away from. Could be them. And somebody's not quite ready. And it could be both of you, to be honest. Because, Cappy, you're still feeling that, that Eight of Swords energy where you're feeling like, you just can't get out of this. And I don't think you really want to. I think you're just letting yourself sit there stagnant, which is not good. You need to be moving on, at least doing something. I'm not saying look for another person. At least go out and start socializing. Now, with this in reverse, this tells me that somebody's not balanced emotionally, for sure. So right now, the brakes are on and you cannot move. And it could be your person, Cappy. Could be both of you, though, really. And then the last card for the reading. Yep, somebody wants to move on. And I'm pretty sure it could be you, Cappy. I hate to say it because you're the only one that seems to really be wanted. You're getting rewarded if you do. But this could be talking about just the past relationships that you've been getting stuck in. And you keep repeating the same thing. But down here, you definitely are stuck. Which means it's harder for you to even think about leaving a situation. So this could be for either one of you. I mean, I know it's up here in the reverse, because this person is kind of stuck on their own issue. But right here, this is maybe both of you will eventually get together and move in a different place altogether. And maybe that's why neither one of you are going to have a home. Because I said it's the loss of a home. It could be a loss of both of your homes. It could very well be that. Okay. I forgot to pull a Lover's card. I'll try to remember next time. Anyway, the Hanged Man. This talks about somebody still very certainly thinking on how to get this to work out. And I wouldn't be surprised if it's both of you. It's really a beautiful and precious reading. I love it. All right, Cappy. Until I see you next time, namaste.